This is the Wall Street. This is the Wall Street Beat Show, Crypto and Crypto. And if you didn't know, now you know, bitches. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Talks about niggas crypto and crypto. We got these indicators. Don't be a hater or a hoe. I gotta let you know we're making crypto and crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. We're going on the run. I get excited when I buy crypto. I said I get excited when I buy crypto. You gotta keep your emotions. I said I get excited when I buy. It's time to settle the score. You don't want to trade crypto no more. If you don't understand that emotion, will take you to another place, and now you'll chase the red candle. Can't stand you. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's crypto and crypto. Don't flip, yo. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the to the moon? We're going.
Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? Every single day you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, all notifications. So when we do go live, you get this stuff immediately. How's everybody doing this weekend? It is Sunday, yes. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm going to do a separate video, so if anyone is interested in the NFL picks, we're going to talk about crypto this morning, 8 o'clock, and then in about an hour and a half or so, 2 hours before kickoff, 2 to 3 hours, we're going to do our NFL picks on a separate video. I felt that was very necessary, but if you like crypto news, if you like technical analysis, shit, today, excuse my French, if you like SLP, Smooth Love Potion, if you're a fan of Terra Classic, or Cardano. We're going to go over all three of them specifically today, this morning. So sit back, relax, enjoy your Sunday morning as Hugh, Selner, Gary, and Dino are in the super chat right now, excited. So you hit that like, you hit the subscribe. We talk about all of this. Little Dogecoin news. If you've been following me on Instagram, Vitalik Burton, the co-founder of Ethereum, suggested that Dogecoin switch to proof of stake. This is a year-old article from 2021, and now he's talking about it on September 23rd, reliving it after the merge of Ethereum is complete. He thinks other blockchains like Dogecoin and Zcash should follow suit. So if you like this sort of thing, I'm here every day. We bring a live video. We talk about live cryptocurrency news and TA. Like I said, hit that hard, hit the like and subscribe. It's very important. Not many people find it very important. Before we get into the charts, I just want to give you an idea. There's a lot of new people here. What we talked about, and this is 5 days ago. Jumping, as you can see, the past 2 days have been a nightmare. That's pretty clear to see. Then you go to Lunic, go to Terra Classic, and as you can see, the past 2 days, it's the exact opposite. So the people are putting their money into Terra Classic, and that's probably what is going on. So if you tune in and you pay close attention to what is happening, there is a major resistance level at the 3,300 level, 3 levels for Luna Classic, and we're actually getting a jump to the upside. Let's see if the inverted does continue to fall to the 2,200 level. I think there's a chance to come back with a dead cat. If not, so like I said, for you, I think there's a big chance, and that's exactly what happened. So just a quick little tidbit of why you hit the like, why you hit subscribe. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about how we're going to have the total of Ethereum open interest here. And this is the Ethereum open interest. Why I think September 9/30/22 is going to be a huge breakout here, as we're going to have 1.5 million in Ethereum options expiring. As you can see here, 1.06 million are longing the options on the call for open interest here. And as you can see, the puts open interest are 410,000 in this sell-off for the put. So very important to pay attention to that as we almost get to the 1.5. If you look at the numbers, and I just want to give you a quick understanding of what I'm talking about, why it's so important, I'm bringing this up. Well, look at the end of the year. The end of the year has us just about almost 1.65 million. It looks pretty wild, and that's the end of the year. So if you see here, this is for 2023 in December, and how big it is for the month of September. So pay attention to that. That's a substantial amount of options going all the way for an end-year comparison. So if you put that into consideration of what kind of a move we may receive, maybe you'll get an idea. Total crypto market cap currently 937 billion currently right now, trying to get back to the 1 trillion market cap. Obviously, it's one of the most important things for crypto to become very bullish and maintain that flip. We have to hold it. We have to actually get to it and hold it for a while. SLP, Smooth Love Potion. Why I like these 3 tokens right now, why I'm paying attention to them, why I've been dollar cost averaging into them. 4-hourly trade on TradingView. And as you can see here, we're starting to get a little bit of resistance on this RSI level. This is the Smooth Love Potion, excuse me. SLP, as you may be very aware of. And as you can see here, resistance a lot of times coming from the bottom here on this chart, even from August 20th, 5 days ago. You can see the trend trying to get to the upward momentum, but keep hitting resistance as we finally did break through here. Maybe we flip resistance into support. Well, that's a very important thing there. So if you're flipping resistance into support, that is a very, very bullish momentum. We'll talk about that later for the Bitcoin price. Everyone loves the Bollinger Bands, and as you can see, the Bollinger Bands are coming to the downside on this corner here, but now we're starting to get tight in the upward direction here. So I want you to see the difference when bands are getting tighter in the upward direction versus the downward. This is a clear down tight action, right? And we're going to continue to get, so that's really what happens. I want to say a good 65-75% of the time, good 65-70, excuse me. You're going to find your Bollinger Bands coming to the downside. The breakouts are immediately going to come to the downside, and it's very unfortunate as you look at the exponential moving average here. So same thing for here, except it's flipping. We're looking like we're going to get to the up. So that's one indicator I do pay attention to on there when I analyze the price here. So pretty bullish there. Another thing I'm paying attention to in the slide of things here, maybe some people don't like Smooth Love Potion, is the head and shoulders pattern that was created, and perhaps we're doing this to the other end now. So I see this happening, something similar to this. Maybe you can now visualize and see what I see. And basically is what you're getting here is an head and shoulders pattern to this magnitude. And this is a fairly good chart here. Looking at the MACD, because this is what I was looking at, we were starting to flip bullish here. And I think that was the daily, though. Oh, no, okay, we were looking at something else. I think we were looking at Terra Classic on that one. Yeah, we're starting to flip bullish on the Terra Classic. As you can see, we're still bearish on this specific SLP, but we are moving in the upward direction, as you can see happening. So something is getting built up here. You can see big moves on the bottom, big moves on the top, right? And now all of a sudden, small, whether it's up or down, there's still bullish or bearish momentum, excuse me. It's still a tight, minute up and down movement, causing something getting ready to explode. Like I said, I do believe there is an upward momentum coming here. And if we're going to flip any resistance to support, that 350 would be your resistance, and as you can see, it's happening. It hit once and immediately came down. Now, the market cap is very low on this particular asset, Smooth Love Potion. So you have to understand that there'll be high volatile waves immediately on this asset. There's not much you could do, but we're looking to get the inverted. Perhaps there could be an inverted here. If it did not, there is one more step down, so you have to put that into consideration when trading. This is only a 4-hourly trading view of the SLP. So just pay attention to what is happening. Relative strength index chart, we have bounced off. Last few times we did this, it was the 19th or the 20th, as I said. So it seems like every time we get down to here, we come to a peak about here and then fall. So we're going to have to watch what's happening. It looks like an ultimate falling wedge if I put this all into consideration. But pay attention to the inverted head coming through. And then as you already know what's next, then the shoulder, which would create probably up to the 420 level, and then hopefully break out. So SLP looks like a really good buy currently at this point in time. Not a financial advisor, just a gentleman twice as nice. Let you know I'm not a financial advisor. It's very important to understand that. Terra Classic, Terra Luna, as some people like to speak of. We're pretty good here. Looking at a daily, I was just paying attention to the daily on Terra. And what I see here is a daily bullish divergence. And right here, as you can see, once again, big moves here. Now, tiny moves coming in as it's green. Probably get another one to the downside here, very slight. So what's happening is we're getting price action. We're getting volume to build up. And I do believe that this is part of what's going to be happening here. So you can see we're pretty down on the daily here. The price has been coming down for a while. It's getting to a point where it likes to find resistance and then either come straight down or perhaps get a Tigger bounce, as most of you know me from last year or the year or whatever you've been watching. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Tiggers bounce, and that's what Tiggers do. And perhaps we get that bounce, and this is what's going to happen if you watched Winnie the Pooh. And I swear this is what happens. It's called manipulation. It's a lot of different things. What the whales like to do is get you to sell out, panic, and then they can buy up your sells that you panic on, and then get for a cheap price before this skyrockets to the upside. That's all pretty much what happens. I've seen this a million times. This doesn't surprise me at all. That's annoying. What's it doing? So pay attention to that. SLP, like I said, when it does do those kinds of moves, you'll find yourself probably SLP. We're on Lunic, excuse me. Terra. I like to call it Lunic, L-U-N-C. Terra Classic, Luna Classic, however you want to call it. I didn't get into the other one because I didn't believe in it. What I said here, we'd hit the 2200. Obviously, we're playing the bearish game here. I did call this drop to the downside. Obviously, there's a couple days. As you can see, though, 1, 2, 3 days currently bouncing off the 2200 level. As you can find out right here, as I see, we have an old support level at the 2000. So if you're going to panic, don't really panic just yet. I believe as strongly as you can see here, there is a result to the downside that would make sense for us to hit. This is just the problem, though, and I want to teach you this because this is why I don't think we're going to fall anymore, and this is when I'm correct. I love it when I'm correct. Of course, everybody loves when they're correct. This is resistance. If we go to a 4-hourly, and I want to get to this date, August 31st, 2022, this was a resistance date, and that's what I'm paying attention to. September, obviously, you can see right here, August, September, so I'm trying to get to it. So there was resistance right here. Here it is. We found it. It took an hour. So what I'm explaining to you is when a resistance point flips into a support level, that's a really bullish sight. When that finalizes, that's where I usually calculate my bottom. And as you can see right here, currently, we're talking about September, a month old, September, September, August, September, October. So I'm trying to explain to you the month of October as we're getting to the end. I'm being dyslexic real quick. I believe we're going to get this bounce to the upside, and it's pretty crazy to look at that. And what I think it is going to be is here. I don't think we're going to create new higher highs. I don't think that we're going to blow up to the moon, but I do believe this will be considered maybe a dead cat bounce. Of course, if we break above the peak here of the 31.5 level that I currently have on the crosshairs, it's a great sign for us to be repeating and possibly moving. The only thing I'm going to be able to help you here is if it does this. This is obviously a cup and handle, right? It would stop at the 31.5, as I suggested would happen. You could either stop there at resistance or the 33. So you got to be really careful so you don't get greedy into this market. As you already know, I've preached it millions of times. Don't get greedy. Make sure you always take profits. What's happening now is this jump to the upside is going to occur, and this is why I'm talking about these three assets. I believe we're going to get a pump. I believe we're going to the upside. Please understand this. Nothing is guaranteed, but what is happening is a resistance support flip from a month or two ago. And this is the month we're in, so it's a whole month. If you want to think about it like that, approximately, as we finish coming into the month of October to begin, I do believe we come through. I believe we get a cup and handle coming into the 31 area. Then what will happen? And you could get a 27, so let's see what happens. I believe 31, right in between the three levels I give you. I also believe that if this starts to build support, and this is what I was getting to, this is called a range. If we start building and finding old resistance and flipping into support, you better get your big boy pants on and get excited, because now I believe that there is something coming, and we could fall here, but then we're bouncing the old resistance into support now into the future of October, and I do believe that Terra Luna will then be bouncing. And what is this? Well, I just showed you what an inverted head and shoulders pattern looks like. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ready? Bang! Here it is. There's your head Oh man, I hate when I do this wrong. Come on, baby. It's hard to see this. This is a complete mess. So I apologize for anybody who can't see what the hell's going on. But right here, this yellow is ahead, okay? Left shoulder coming in. There's nothing I can do. Inverted head. This is what I'm talking about. All the way up to the 31.5. And then now here's your right shoulder. And that's what we're going to talk about. Now, do you see it? Maybe now you see what I'm talking about. Now, a lot of people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. A lot of people don't believe me because they're like, what are you saying here? This doesn't make any sense. That's only if we find this range of support floating above the 33 or the 31 level. That is called flipping resistance, right? This is Luna Terra Classic. If you're interested, you should be super excited. This would be a ride of hell. Up to the resistance, people would go apeshit on this. And this is what I think is going to happen. If we do break through, then we're going to find support in that range. It's a very, very small range. I don't want to keep killing it, riding a dead horse here, but you have to. Beat a dead horse if you have to. If I have to keep doing this to get this into your brain to help you understand what is happening or occurring, we're getting the inverted head all the way down to a possible 2,000 now. So don't say, oh crap, I'm buying everything. Wall Street Pete said so. No. Calm the hell down. Pull some indicators out. Get some confirmation. Well, my confirmation has told me that 2,000, if I repeat the fall of August 19th, which was what? 6 days ago? If we repeat the RSI levels fall of 6 days ago, we're going to keep and continuing falling until 2,000. Big woo-hoo-wah. So I'm going to say, not financial advice, but gentlemen, just let me tell you, you have to pay attention to your own research. It's important. But hit the like and subscribe. There's a huge chance, and I want to say an 80% chance this head is coming. A lot of people are getting scared of the market. A lot of people see this falling. I believe we're coming here. If not, well, I can sit here and toot my own horn and say, well, 2,200 was the buy. I bought it. It filled. I'm excited. It filled all the way from even this day. And this was the 23rd. So it filled the 23rd. Pay attention to that. That was August, by the way. I'm sorry. We're not in August. So that was more than 6 days ago. That was a lot more than 6 days ago, excuse me. But if you pay attention to here, this was only a few days ago here. 3 days ago, we touched what I said. And I said 5 days ago in the chart that this would happen, and it did. So if you pay attention, building support, we must now obtain a price above the 2,200. If we come revisit the 2,200 one more time here and don't get a bounce, you will find the inverted at 2,000. If not, it's going to be here. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful inverted head. You're then going to come all the way through, dead cat bounce, possibly 2,700. Possibly 31. Hit resistance, create a right shoulder. This will now be a cup and handle. Your handle will come down probably all the way down to here. So don't expect resistance all the way up here. You'll be crazy. You'll be hurting yourself. You're going to come all the way through here or the 31, like I said. I do see a nice line at the 31 even. So 31 even. Let's retrace a little bit because I don't want people to get hurt. This is the main reason for my videos. I do technical analysis. And this, my friend, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call patterns, head and shoulders. And if you've been following me on this inverted head and shoulders, well, you already have faith in Wall Street, Pete. Why? Because you made a lot of money like I did. I made a shit ton of money on this head and shoulders pattern I told you was coming. This is a 4-hourly, and exactly as I have here is a head and shoulders pattern. And I told you do not FOMO in. Why? Because it will be nothing but dead cat bounces along the way until we get boring sideways action and finally result into what we need, a pattern showing we're going to the upside. So what is this orange? It would probably surprise many of you. What is this? Wow, what is this pattern that I'm showing you inside the invert head and shoulder? Oh, it's the biggest upward W you ever did see. And that's exactly what the crypto space represents. We look for these, right? We look for the double bottom end patterns and we look for the upward Ws. Welcome to the Wall Street Pete Show. Crypto positivity love. All right, so enjoy that. That was TA on Lunic. It was a long time because there was a lot to talk about. Does Cardano have better staking method than Ethereum? Charles Hoskinson weighs in, and it's something to pay attention to because this was his whole, I believe, plan the whole time. We're going to talk about Cardano next and why I think Cardano is very important, why it's probably going to be bigger than Ethereum. And yes, that sounds absolutely insane. Maybe not bigger, but maybe perhaps following the same footsteps if I didn't upset any Ethereum maximalists here. But an interview founder said that Cardano had a superior proof of stake strategy over. Charles Hoskinson gave his opinion on creating Cardano, upgrading Vassal's hard fork, launching dApps, the Lace Light wallet, decentralization, CBDC. the metaverse, and other topics. I then began to read the article, understand, yes, there was a price surge, nothing really crazy, right? But I did start doing my own research. And I wanted to know, and this is maybe something why I say do your own research, will ADA be a CBDC? No, will a central bank use Cardano's network to launch a CBDC? According to Charles, there is already a plan in the works for at least one CBD to live. So I don't know, or live, if that's what, I'm not going to read the continuation because it could be a bunch of FUD, but it didn't have any good research terms. I was checking it out. It could be just talk. It's Reddit talking, and no such facts. But if Charles Hoskinson said it, then I will pay attention to that. So there could be something with a CBD in the works for Cardano. That's pretty cool to know. I want to pay attention to that. Like I said, I went over this. This was a very important chart. Ethereum. I want to do Bitcoin next, see what Bitcoin holds, because Bitcoin is daddy. But I've been a big fan. And if you pay attention, definitely to mention, we are having a bigger expire options open interest by expiry here for Bitcoin in the month of September expiring, then the end of the year. What? So there could be a really big move coming here. A lot of things are going to happen. I want to talk about this and Cardano next. We're going to go over Bitcoin and we're going to go over Cardano, and that is going to conclude the show for Wall Street Pete's show. Not much I want to talk about but this, and I find this very important. I'm going to get to Cardano now, and a lot of times I check the DMI. And the DMI I love here. I check this. We get really bad negative results when this happens. And do we want to talk about the negative results, or do we want to talk about the positive? Somebody in the chat help me out. No problem, Sounder. You're very welcome, as we do this every day. When I get this huge cross, and this is what I want to talk about, the direct movement index chart, I have a purplish pink color here with the orange and the blue. My blue I find to be my buying power. Whenever that's going up, I find the volume to be extraordinary and the price to get ready to move. Whenever I find, though, that blue line to come over and get this cup and this diamond, I find a nice diamond close here. And I've talked about it in my previous, probably a year ago since I've talked about this, or a little longer, but there was a nice diamond in here. And what happens is I get this blue cross and this blue line to cross my red, pinkish, whatever you want to call it, and orange lines. This is very bullish. Every single time I found this move here, this minus derivative here, we get a big bounce. And this is why Cardano, I believe, is going to result in a nice move. I also have a falling wedge. So there's another indicator telling me that I believe there's a big price coming. We are now jumping, as you can see on the slope. So get rid of this, right? DMI, direct movement index chart. There's a huge move. We were building support. First, as you can see, resistance, right? Non-stop resistance on the falling wedge. This blue line now, we're talking about the blue line, right? Resistance every time. It's a textbook falling wedge. It's a very bullish pattern. I'm a big fan. Now, with all of the fundamentals in Cardano, the vessel hard fork, everything that's moving, well, we established support on the downward slope for this, which is another bullish sign. So I believe that of looking at these three indicators and a few things that I'm finding, as we did find a lot of volume to come out of this asset, as you can see, whew, and they knew the falling wedge was going too high above. So obviously the whales knew to take out a substantial amount of money. But then again, let's be real, the whole entire market was shaking at this point in time. So we have to pay attention to that. There's a lot of things to pay attention to. Cardano's doing something a little differently with this wick, though. 4-hourly trading view if you're interested. Finding a breakout for this falling wedge textbook. What I'm going to see here now is something catastrophic to my eyes. 49 cents. So if you're wondering wow, that's hard to say. Where may we go? I'm looking at 48.5 cents here, as I have established to be a nice peak to come up through, and it's going to hit ultimate resistance. Now you can see here the last resistance we had, the last big fall, was 47.8. So that could be something to pay attention to, obviously, as we're hitting possible resistance currently at the point in time. But I do see here coming all the way to 48, and like I said, I believe this asset to come through in the October month all the way to perhaps $1. And I must be stuttering Pete Sunday. What the hell's my problem here? You know what it is? My coffee is empty. I think that's one of my biggest issues. I'm very upset about that. That's probably what's going on. Matter of fact, I'm confident. But the big falling wedge, as you can pay attention from this chart here, Cardano's really got my attention. So between Cardano, Smooth Love Potion, and the other Terra Classic, I'm a big fan of what's happening. But let's get into it now. So if you pay attention, 59 cents to the top. If I did get to the daily chart, you can see boring sideways action for a while. And then up here is like a neckline coming. We must find where the neckline for this is. And it seems like the neckline is 51 cents. So if you ever break this 51 cents neckline, and I want you to understand it's really important, it's old support flipping now into resistance, which is actually bearish. But we already know this boring sideways action is coming in. Once we do that, we'll find ourselves coming to the 60 cents. And then hopefully all of this will be a very bullish momentum taking us to 78. The rest is going to be history. We're going to have to find out where we go from there. So please hit the like, the subscribe. I do see the market turning. Perhaps one more humongous fall coming today, tonight. This is the last hurrah. And then I do believe coming into the week, the next 5 days of October is going to be a little helpful. We've never, and let me repeat, we've never had a beautiful month of September. Let me get to the months of September in Bitcoin. Let me explain to you how important this is to understand the charts, understand the history and the price trading action here. The history of September has never been good. And I got this chart set up to close this Bitcoin crypto show immediately. I do want to talk about ApeCoin. ApeCoin, I would kind of get ready to establish a buy here, but if you pay attention here, 4 hourly, we're getting a double bottom pattern I am very excited for, but the whole market is very, very bearish. And here's your 13.8. So pay attention as it's titled in today's channel, in today's YouTube channel. 13.8, I see on the charts, coming all the way now. This is a monthly chart coming from October. This is 2020 now, so we're not talking about a long time ago. What scares the living bejesus out of me, and now we do have a whole 5 days in 12 hours to find out what this candle is going to do. I want people to understand, now there's 2 circles on the bottom here are a smaller chart, a shorter time frame. It's double bottoms. So if you don't finish 5 days and 12 hours for Bitcoin, above this 2020 low, or high, excuse me, as you can see, we come in and get a huge fall, which is obviously manipulation. Tesla buys 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. The rest is history. We already know this, but we're getting back to the price history and why it's so important to understand it, right? I do this, I break this down for you. We're in a very catastrophic, very dramatic point in time in crypto. Many people don't know, many people do know, right? All the people who watch the other channels, all the FUD, all the bullshit, good luck with it. You're not going to find a channel that's less clickbait than this one. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most important, and I wish I opened up with it. If you pay attention here, we have to establish in 5 days, in 12 hours, above this 19.8. If we do not do so, or start building support above there, you're going to find ourselves fighting, and I'm going to be putting an order. Wall Street Pete is going to be putting an order for everything he's got. And it sounds insane. It sounds insane. But I will be, for the first time, be going all in. I know it finds a difficult time, but you have to understand how the market works. And I'm talking about Bitcoin, so let me make that very clear. Ethereum as well, let's do some of that. But these 2 assets, all of my crypto is gone. I'm going to obviously break down, find out that it's going to be time to buy, sell all my altcoins and buy as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as I possibly can. And why am I going to be doing that? Well, I don't know if you know this, but every single time Bitcoin is done exploding and going to the moon, and you can check this for yourself. That's why I say do your own research. None of this is financial advice. Every time Bitcoin gets to a peak and then has a fall, or at least goes sideways, which is a long time here, sideways. We're talking about August 21st all the way to April of 2022, well, you will find out that that was your altcoin season. Altcoin season was anywhere in here, and that's when Bitcoin is done going up. Why? What is happening? Well, all the whales are selling at 60,000 Bitcoin. They're taking all their profits that they bought at 20,000, which you should be doing now, right? Dollar cost averaging in, and they're buying Harmony 1 at 1 cent, 2 cents. And then what happens? Well, They have their time to explode, and they're just getting richer. The rich get richer, and that's how it works. 400%. They just had a 20% move on Bitcoin. You think it'd be time for them to lose some money? Nope. You lose the money. Why? Because you're stuck in Bitcoin watching green candles, and then the altcoin goes up 400%. You sold it because you watched the market go down. You didn't realize that when this goes down, there's going to be a huge movement to the upside manipulation. This is why you watch this channel. This is why you follow, like, and subscribe to Wall Street Pete. Because I'll tell you right now, the next bull market, bet your ass, I'm going to be on every single asset. Jasmine, Smooth Love Potion, Dogecoin, why not? Shiba Inu, why not? The next bull market, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be buying Bitcoin at the low, selling the Bitcoin, converting it to Shiba Inu, converting it to Harmony One token, converting it into the shit coins or the ones that the whales are going to pump this couple of years coming up. So you got another 16 months of hell, 16 months of sitting here like this. And if you want to learn how to do this, then learn. Because this is the movement right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm doing right now. That's it. We're watching. We're watching the market. We're watching everybody. We're dollar cost averaging slowly. We'll take a hand off a cheek, and we'll put maybe a quick little buy-in on these big red days, right? Bloodbaths. But this is what I'll be doing. And I want you to understand, I hope you're excited for the future of this next bull run. It's going to take anywhere right now, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to take 14 to 18 months realistically. But let's say about a year from now. So how time has fast been going. This channel's been over a year, a year and a half, whatever the hell, 2 years already. This channel's been moving. So time's flying, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have another Christmas on this show, another Halloween, another Turkey Day, all these holidays, all these wonderful times we get together. So ApeCoin, I did have somebody ask before we go. I do want to give some insight. That's another crypto asset I do believe that will start the Bored Ape Yacht Club, ladies and gentlemen. There is a big believer in that asset. There's a really, really big follower in that community. And if you see what I think is coming on the next step, and it's nothing that, you got to be very careful. But I do see something. We're getting a small mini falling wedge in here. These lines were Bollinger Bands. So we're getting tight as AF. And if I want to show you, this is ApeCoin before we go. Because I almost forgot to do this. We want to add an indicator, not remove. I'm just losing it here. So right here, this is where price action's coming. And yeah, this could be where I said, "Yep, I told you so." And I know they get annoying too, because I had a couple YouTubers back in the day do this, and I was like, "You're such a pompous a-hole." And you know what? They had every right to do so if they were correct. $7.20. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, get ready, get prepared. But I have one more price that will surprise you, that could take us before, and the whales will beat us, $6.80. So if you're one of those that get excited, get upset when it does not hit my price exactly, this is the time to pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. ApeCoin. I believe that to beat the whales and to beat the option of this possible fall, which this could be a cup and handle right in itself, I see it come through. Another cup and handle inside a cup and handle, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. And oh, my battery's dying. This is exactly what happens. You can see an upward W forming in there. I believe you'll be able to fight this. You'll be able to see this price if we don't get to the 729. Remember, Wall Street Pete told you the whales are going to go to 680 and get out, and that could be a massive drop-off. So pay attention to this, as I think a rally is coming for ApeCoin, and possibly why. If you pay attention, definitely to mention, we're creating new higher lows in this 4-hourly, and I love it. New higher lows, right? There was a downfall before we started going back up. Are we doing it again before we go back up? Well, that would be a new higher low each time, 3 times. And that's coming from September 6th, over a month ago. So pay attention to that. Very important to understand that. I'm excited, and I do believe that the peak could either take us all the way to the 640, as we've done before. So there's your third level. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you every single level as you possibly could take. Once we break above that 580, as we've done so, as you can see, we're going to start establishing something. So we have now 3 hours. Now we go to a daily and get rid of the indicator now. And what I want to show you before we go, I did this for Gary. Yes, you're welcome, Gary. You're a big follower of mine. You deserve it. Cup and handles, inside cup and handles, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly what I'm saying happening. 590, 581 here. 591, I'm sorry. That is what the price is. No, we're losing it. The price is 550. So as you can see, over and over. I had 580. I'm going to stick to the 580 here. That level is very important. Once you find yourself a candle on the daily above the 580 for ApeCoin, it's time to go ape shit. Have a wonderful day. My name is Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. And if you want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto every day, you see my video, you hit the like, you hit the subscribe, talking about going on a ride and going to the moon. And damn, we're going soon. So let's go, baby. None of this can be financial advice, just my strategy only. But if you do your own research, you will find these levels helpful. Take care.